Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Friday, February 7th, 2025. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And I'm trying to interpret that tone of voice. It sounds like you found it to be a decent Friday crossword.
I thought it was a funny one.
Okay.
I thought there were a lot of funny clues.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice challenge, but I got through it pretty quickly.
Good. Mm-hmm. Oh, give me an example of a funny clue.
4 down. Does, perhaps, or does. It looks like does, perhaps. It actually turned out to be does, perhaps, and the answer was deer.
Yes.
So I thought that was rather clever.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
I found the very first clue went across like the ending of a typical rom-com.
Yes.
Predictable.
Yes. That was good.
I guess I haven't seen too many, if any, rom-coms because they never have phaser fire.
Right. Well, it's a romantic comedy.
I understand that part.
So you know that it's not going to involve, like a divorce or a big breakup or something like that. It's going to have a happy ending. So that is the predictable part about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But that whole first top part where you had 3 clues right off the bat that went almost the length of the puzzle. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so hard. But they all turned out to be pretty common words and phrases.
Right.
12 across, Murder, She Wrote. That was crime novelist.
That was very good.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And a debut.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then 14 across, bumping into someone, example. And that was chance encounter.
Yes. Those 2 E's in the middle of chance encounter look strange.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But they belong there.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Some of the downs up there were pretty good too. 7 down, Kojak and Friday for 2. The answer turned out to be TV cops.
Yep.
I initially went for LA cops.
Oh.
Because Joe Friday was in Los Angeles.
Right.
It was like, it was a rainy day in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
I was working the night beat, and
Yes.
But then I think Kojak was New York. Is that right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I never watched that show.
Really?
Uh-uh.
What was his name? Telly Savalas.
Telly Savalas.
Bald
Kojak,
person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The one next to it, 8 down, a long, long time, was Eons, spelled Aeons.
Yes.
I think
we've had that before.
I think that's the longest spelling of eons that you can get. 9 down, the answer was blue.
Right. The clue was
Right.
down. The answer was blue.
We had 13 down. I enjoyed this one. Oil, slangily, Texas tea.
Texas tea.
That's one of my favorite phrases. It was best used in the Beverly Hillbillies in the theme song. They talk about
that's right.
Texas
tea.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Truly a classic. I think if done properly, all education should be done in theme songs. They just have to write catchy lyrics, and people will remember them forever.
Forever, yes.
Thinking of making an entire physics course based on a theme song of some sort. Something tells me there are no directors or producers going to be knocking down our door to.
Well, if you could just come up with a catchy idea for coding,
right?
Coding, your computer science students would probably enjoy that.
I'm gonna get right on that. 21 across I thought was interesting. Site where a previously unidentified species of sea urchin was discovered in 2004. eBay.
Yes, I thought that was too. I read a little bit about that on Wordplay. And yeah, somebody was trying to sell it, and it turned out to be this undiscovered sea urchin.
Wow.
So yeah.
That is just bizarre. We had, let's see, 19 across. Step on a shampoo bottle, and of course I thought step on a shampoo bottle, but it was step on a shampoo bottle, and it was rinse.
Rinse, yes. I thought that was funny too.
Yes. 31 across, cushion. The answer was protect.
Yep.
And that seemed, I don't know, just sort of on the edge of what would work for that clue.
It makes sense to me.
I mean, if you cushion something, yeah, I guess.
If you were packing something, you'd cushion it to protect it.
Right. I'd wrap it to protect it.
Well, yeah. But you would wrap it in something that would cushion it.
Right.
So.
I guess it's just, I don't know, somehow it seems a little off to me, but that's probably just me. 34 cross popular mode of transport in Dhaka was a rickshaw.
Right.
Have you ever been on one of those?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I have. Have you?
Not that I can recall, and I'm pretty sure I would.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about having, this is where someone's actually like walking while carrying you, right?
Pulling you, yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that I would sort of feel like, I would feel badly for the person.
Yeah, I know. I have the same feelings.
45 across, first English football team to win the European Cup informally. So the only English football club I know is Manchester United.
Yes.
So I wanted to go for Manc, M-A-N-C, but it's actually called MANU.
Uh-huh.
Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, that was the one I could think of too, was Manchester, but I didn't know what it was called. This abbreviation was MANU, but I thought, it's got to be Manchester. What other clubs are there? So,
I'm sure there are
many
of them. Yeah,
sure
right.
I'm sure, like Brighton's probably got one, and Leeds, and but Manchester I've heard of them.
That you ran into 34 down. They may be guaranteed or your money back. And even though it was plural, I wanted it to be satisfaction because that was the only word I could think of.
Yes, I thought of that too.
But then it would had to have been satisfactions, which sounds totally incorrect, wouldn't fit. And the answer was results. Results guaranteed or your money back.
Yep.
Guess that works too.
That's right.
Did you notice the mini academic theme?
Oh, yes, down in that corner. Yeah, we had 39 across, campus figures, and that was Dean.
Deans, right.
Deans, and right under that, 46 across, campus figure, singular, and that was Bursar. And then 36 down, that was a great, funny clue, campus protection. And that was tenure. Yes.
Funny because not really. Not anymore.
No, not quite.
I don't know if the author of this crossword, Kelly Moranis, works in academia, but if she does, she probably wouldn't have clued it like that. They would have done campus protection, ?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. 50 across was, it took me a while to get this, play with one's food, ? Dinner theater.
Right, yes.
I had DIN and I was trying to do something with dining. I think I had dining theater for a bit.
Oh, no, dinner theater.
But dinner theater made more sense. And then sort of crossing the second N of dinner theater, it might be 45 down. It might be open for lunch. Menu.
Right.
That was good. And so we had menu versus 45 across, MANU.
Right, that's right. We did have an interesting word with 26 down, I thought. What was it? Unoriginal as a plot. And that was formulaic.
Right.
Formulaic. Is that a debut?
That's an interesting question. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Formulaic as a debut.
I've never seen that.
Well, and of course we had one across predictable. So we had predictable, formulaic.
Yeah.
But none of this crossword was predictable or formulaic.
No. It was a good puzzle.
Yes. All right. Well, I think that's it for the crossword then.
Okay.
But it's Friday, which means it's time for Fun Fact Friday. And we hope you have a fun fact for Fun Fact Friday.
You hope we have?
I think everybody listening hopes you have a fun fact for Fun Fact Friday.
I do have a fun fact for
Excellent.
Fun Fact Friday.
You have.
And it is related to a clue we had on Sunday. 27 across, cartoon character inspired by W.C. Fields.
Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo.
I remember that.
So I have a few fun facts about Mr. Magoo.
Okay.
His first name is Quincy Magoo.
All right.
He was better known as Mr. Magoo. And he was created in 1949. He was voiced by Jim Backus, who is probably much more well-remembered as the rich guy on Gilligan's Island.
Oh, right.
Mr. Magoo. was an elderly, wealthy, short-statured retiree who gets into a series of comical situations as a result of his extreme nearsightedness, compounded by his stubborn refusal to admit the problem. However, through uncanny streaks of luck, the situation always seems to work itself out for him, leaving him no worse than before. Bystanders, consequently, tend to think he is a lunatic rather than just being nearsighted. In later cartoons, he is also an actor, and generally a competent one, except for his visual impairment. Okay, so here are a few fun facts. Mr. Magoo was actually nominated for an Academy Award 4 times, and he won one twice. In 1954, he received the award for When Magoo Flew, and in 1956 for Magoo's Puddle Jumper.
What sort of awards are they winning?
Best animated short film.
Okay, all right. I was like, if it's best director, we got a problem here.
In 2002, TV Guide ranked Mr. Magoo number 29 on its 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time. And he was a kind of a joint effort, but one of the people who helped create him was named John Hubley, who said he based the character on his Uncle Harry Woodruff and W.C. Fields.
Okay.
So was another source of inspiration. Another fun fact about him was, of course, he had many different cartoons, and he took on many different characters. Like he was in a version of Arabian Nights, and he was in quite a few other like famous type novels as various characters. But he was also in a video game by Sega, Sega Mega Drive, but it was never released. They made it, but they never released it. In 1987, he had a live-action Mr. Magoo, and that starred Leslie Nielsen as the title character. It was overwhelmingly negative critical reception, and in fact, the National Association for the Blind protested it because they felt it was derogatory to people with visual disabilities.
Ouch.
One positive thing, though, about him was in the 1960s, they created Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, which was an abbreviated but faithful retelling of the Charles Dickens tale. It was the first animated Christmas special made for television. It was the first hour-long animated TV special, and it's considered to be a holiday classic right alongside A Charlie Brown Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
You know, it really doesn't get the same airplay.
Well, but I remember it. I remember watching it, and it was very scary. You know, when the Ghost of Christmas Future came, I always had to leave the room. Mr. Magoo was supposed to be in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but he was dropped for some reason. We don't know. And I think there was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, yes, in 2012, he appeared in a Super Bowl commercial for MetLife, and it was called Everyone. So everyone included Mr. Magoo.
I see.
So a few fun facts about Mr. Magoo, more famous than I realized. So.
Not anymore, though. He's sort of fallen a bit out of favor.
Right. Yes. Yeah, we haven't seen him too much lately.
When you go to Apple TV Plus, you see the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yeah,
but not the Mr. Magoo.
Not the Mr. Magoo. Well, I mean, the Christmas Carol, it's been replaced by other Christmas carols. You know, like didn't Patrick Stewart do a Christmas Carol? It wasn't animated, but I mean, that's kind of a classic now. You see that come up.
Well, that's just because of the Patrick Stewart voice.
Well, he's such a good actor.
Yes.
So, but anyway, yep.
All right.
Mr. Magoo.
Bravo.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for that. No. And thanks, everyone, for listening. Remember, we love feedback. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, or click on the Send Fan Mail link. And we'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of Saturday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.